For today's topic, we're going to talk about how 99% of these MLM companies are nothing but scams. I don't care what nobody's talking about. I have a thing on another site, Facebook actually, where I got $100 for anybody that's in the MLM to convince me how their MLM ain't a scam. You know what I'm saying? And just to make it fair, I'm not an anti-MLM person. I'm actually in a couple of MLM companies myself. The thing with that, though, is mines or the companies that I promote, they don't hustle people like most of these other companies do. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all that's in an MLM company have convinced yourselves that y'all are in or that y'all own a company. Y'all don't. I'm sorry to tell you that. You don't. You work for a company. Sure. You're basically a middleman. Sure. But a boss owner? No, you're not. Be your own boss. Stop the madness. I'm looking for a lighter. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, shit. But, yeah, man. So, yeah. I'm gonna put it on here, too. I got $100 for anybody that's in an MLM company. If you can convince me how your company ain't a scam, not only will you get a fucking co-worker from me, and I mean me as, you know what I mean, the co-worker, you're gonna get me. I'm gonna put an extra 100 in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever you're selling, just know I'm gonna put an extra 100 in your pockets. If you can convince me how your MLM ain't a scam. And like I said, 99% of these motherfuckers are. So, I don't know why people be like, oh, this MLM is like that. It's yada yada, and all this extra. And I'm just like, yeah, no, it's not. Oh, and for those that, you know what I mean, because I be looking at my screen sometimes a little too hard. I got a phone. It's just sometimes they pop up on here too. So I like to like look on there instead of just looking on my phone. Because sometimes the notifications is connected to the same phones. Some of them, not everything. So yeah. But yeah, man, let's get to it. So like I said, 99% of these motherfuckers, MLM companies, are scams. I don't care what nobody's talking about. And only, not even 1% of their workers make any money. Not even 1%. You hear what I'm saying? Not even 1%. It's less than that. Make money in most of these MLM companies. But every year, there's somebody's trying to recruit some damn body into doing some goofy shit. Talk about, yeah, be your own boss when you're not. So it's like, y'all don't understand the difference between being a boss and being self-employed. Two different fucking categories. Cause a boss, for one, makes money. Fuck you, a boss of a damn company that's not making you no fucking money. Kind of shit is that? That's like saying somebody that's stuck with a whole bunch of inventory is still a boss. No, you're not making no money. So how is you a boss? That's common sense right the fuck there. Common sense number two. Bosses hire and fire motherfuckers. Sure, you can bring people into a company. You are a recruiter. You can be that, sure. But you can't fire nobody that you put on the team. None of them. The only way you personally could fire somebody is if you reported that somebody in that company. That's not being a boss. Last time I know, when I used to work, and let's say my boss didn't want to fire somebody because they was too nice, they had me do it. I had more boss powers when I was working than y'all do as an MLM worker. You know what I mean? And 3, bosses control prices. I don't care what you talk about. Yes, some bosses don't. You know what I mean? If you're in like a corporation of rent a center, you can't control them kind of prices. Somebody, whoever that boss is, they control that price. But let's say like a vending machine. Literally like that. Let's say that you can get a vending machine. You can put whatever kind of products you want in that vending machine. And you can price them bitches however you want. You can't do that with an MLM. They tell you whatever you're promoting, how much it's going to cost. You don't control no prices whatsoever. So, if these 3 things right here is not boss, I don't care if you're making money. I don't care if you're recruiting. And like I said, there's not one MLM that you can tell me where you control the prices. So just that one alone shows you're not boss. You want to be a boss? Them same products you getting from some other company, slap your name onto them. Like literally your name onto them. Don't just say, yeah, I'm out here promoting for a company. Like I said, I'm a recruiter. I'm an affiliate marketer. An MLM person wants to be an affiliate marketer because all we do is bring in new customers or associates to a company. Now, over here, you don't have to pay to start. But in the MLM, 9 out of 10, you got to pay to start. Even if it's free trials, free trials is time limited. So it's usually like a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, some shit like that. It's never, or I'm not going to say never, but 99% of the time, it's not going to be some, hey, you can join whenever you want. You can stay a free customer as long as you want. All this extra yah whoop-de-whoop. Most of the MLMs don't rock like that. Most keywords, like I said, most. But then again, the ones that people take seriously ain't even worth it. Let's just keep it a band. This is what a lot of people need to understand. Which would you rather be? Would you rather be the top 1% financially or the top 1% in an MLM company? Which sounds better than you? Because every time you hear from these motherfuckers, all they talking about is how we want some money. So why are you putting yourself in a harder place to make money? If you want to just be in the top 1% financially, do what the top 1% does, not the top 1% in the MLM company. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all gotta switch that mindset that you're not a boss. You're not. Like I said, I got $100 on this. Anybody that wants to argue or discuss how they are a boss, how their MLM isn't a scam, I'm more than willing. You know what I mean? And if you can convince me that it's not, like I said, you'll get your little commission and you'll get another 100 in your pockets. Because I'm willing to stand on business about what I say. And I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. So I don't even want to hear that, yo, it's not enough, or I'm being this and that, yada yada, whoop de whoop. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. If you can't discuss how the company you are promoting isn't a scam, that's already a warning right there. You know what I mean? Fuck you gonna try to convince me. Oh my god. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, y'all. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, and if I think, like I said, your shit is a scam, it is what it is. Cause like I said, I'm in a couple of MLMs. And if you really don't know what an MLM is, it's just multi-level marketing. So that means if I bring in somebody, they bring in somebody, they bring in somebody, I get paid. I got a couple of them companies like that. So I'm not anti MLM. I'm anti pay to start businesses. You know what I mean? Because I feel as though if I have to pay to start a business that's not even my business, you're hustling me. If I can find a business that'll let me do whatever you're doing for free, you're hustling me. If I could find a business that doesn't mandate me constantly purchasing from y'all or anything like that, where even my MLMs ain't solely focused on recruiting. If you have more bonuses on recruiting than you have in sales work, you're trying to scam me. I'm just going, it is what it is. If you want to do sales work, just be a recruiter, be an affiliate marketer. You can do that shit for free. It's going to cost you less money. And you basically have the same power as these fake ass MLM business owners. You know what I mean? You rep the company, you bring people in, yada yada. The only thing that you didn't do is pay to start doing the same shit like most MLM people. That's it. So why the fuck would I want to do that kind of shit and pay to do that kind of shit? That's stupid. Don't let these people hustle y'all. Don't let them do it. Don't let her do it. Granted, like I said, I don't, you know what I mean? My following ain't that big or whatever the case may be. But if anybody is listening to me and they listen to my words closely, I'm trying to help y'all. Because I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I don't be asking people for money. We're not like that. I will help you get to the money, but that's only if you're willing to listen to what I say. Cause yeah, man, like I'm not out here trying to sell nobody a course. I'm not out here trying to sell nobody a product, a service. Granted, I got shit like that, but it's not my goal. My goal is to be financially stable. You can be financially stable without selling somebody some shit. Let's just keep it a band. You can be financially stable without selling somebody some shit. If you feel as though your whole income source involves you selling somebody some shit, you fucking up. You are fucking up. And then what's really crazy about this shit is that if you really watch a lot of these big ass MLM people, when the company shuts down, what they do? They go right to another MLM. Why? If you was making all this money in the first MLM, wouldn't you have shit making you money by then? You know what I mean? Like, or am I tripping? Because there's no way in hell you're going to tell me. That's why I don't understand people that have just a job and only one job. Like, why would you rely on one source of income? That shit makes no sense to me. Anything can happen. Anything can fucking happen. You can lose your job. You can get hurt while at the job. You can, you know what I mean, upset the wrong people that cause you to lose hours. You can, there's so many things that can happen that it's like, yo, why just have one source of income? That's my thing. I don't knock people for having the jobs. Anybody that does have a job, you're more financially secured than any damn body. And you don't even know it. What you need to be doing is making sure you keep more of your money every time you get a check, to the point where you ain't even bothered by a check that you're getting. You understand what I'm saying? So let's just give you an example. Say you get a check that's worth $500, right? Instead of paying the bills first, you pay yourself first. Put that in a savings account. Put that in some portfolio of some sort. Put it there. Just whatever you feel comfortable putting in there. From every $500, let's just say you put $50. So every $500 you get 50. You put 50 in there, and then you spend the rest of that shit. And so every 500, that's 50. After you do that shit 10 times, you're already gonna have your check. From all the times that you done pulled that 50, you're gonna have $500 worth of you doing that shit. So by the time you get to that 500 again, you already have 500 saved. So now it looks like you got paid twice. You know what I mean? And then you just keep rolling that, keep doing the 50. If you want to bump that shit up, you can. If you want to make it lower, you can. You can do whatever. Just keep adding money. I wouldn't suggest you do it lower. So if you want to do it low, just start with a low number and then rise up. You feel what I'm saying? Versus starting with a low number and then go lower. Like, you don't want to go 50 and then go to 20. You want to go to 20 and then go to 50. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, that will make you money more than a fucking MLM will. At least most of these MLMs, you know what I mean? So it's like, if y'all would know how to be financially stable, you wouldn't want to put even these little bit of dollars into these MLM companies. I'm trying to tell you. Because, like I said, most of these MLM companies, there's a company out here you can do for free. I don't care what it is. You could be selling health. You could be selling fucking Tupperware. You could be selling makeup. You could be selling jewelry. You could be selling all kinds of shit. There's always going to be a free company that's worried about actual sales and not fucking employees. Who the fuck wants all these employees if ain't nobody buying shit? You feel what I'm saying? That's why these MLMs usually fail, because they're so focused on getting employees and convincing them that they're fucking bosses instead of actually getting customers that actually help the fucking company stay alive. Who the hell? That's like, say you own a convenience store. Why the hell would you want 20 employees if you only make 15 bucks a week? That's unfucking necessary. That's too much. You will be spitting out way more money than you will be making money. That's exactly what they be doing. You'll see more people talk about how they lost money, how they keep spending all this money, and they're not making enough money back for the money that they're spending to be able to make money. Crazy as hell. Something like that, you can never call it assets. You can call it a liability. Because, like I said, if your solely requirements is just to recruit other people, that's a problem. Who the fuck wants more employees than customers? MLM workers. MLM workers. They'll want way more employees than they want customers. I'm sorry, that shit just never made sense to me. Like, why the hell would I want all these people recruiting trying to make sales for me when either I can get some sales, or B, I can just find a couple, two, three people at the most that actually can make sales and just keep it moving like that. You know what I mean? But again, they don't think like this. What kind of business owner you know that thinks, yo, more employees is better, not more customers? You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all just gotta switch that mindset that you a boss man. You're a middleman. You're a middleman. It's okay. It's all good. Everybody gotta start somewhere. But you can do better than what you're doing. Most of these motherfuckers, isn't this another thing too? And I found this out recently. Now, if you want a more legit MLM company, look for it in the stock market. There are surprisingly a few that I know MLM companies that you can buy on the stock market. Now, if you don't know nothing about the stock market, that is pretty much a way for you to buy ownership into a company or brand or anything like that. So, if the company is ain't public access or anything like that, you can't buy it. But if it is, you can technically be a business owner of that company. So think of like McDonald's, Walmart, shit like that. They have their own stock. You could buy that stock and technically be a fucking owner, part owner of Walmart, McDonald's, shit like that. Now, they have MLM companies in there, surprisingly. Mary Kate and Ashley, Herbalife, Beachbody. I hate when that shit. The door is shut. What do you think I'm doing? But like I said, there's plenty. I don't know if it's plenty, but there is some MLO companies that's out there that you can buy in the stock market. Now, that will literally give you an idea of how valuable this MLM company is. And just them three examples, all three of them was 99 or 90% down from wherever the fuck their highest point was at. You know what I mean? The last one I checked the other day was the Beachbody joint. They started out talking about their share was worth $500 plus. That shit is only worth 500. I mean, not 500. $5 and some change as we speak today. Now, will it go up? Who knows? Will it go down? Most likely, because you're not going to tell me it's going to shoot the fuck back up into the 500 category. You know, the fact that y'all thought that damn company was worth 500 and something dollars a share off the rip. Ooh wee. Bro, you lost 99% of your money. 99% of your money. Just by owning that share. So imagine how much these people are losing that's actually working for them. Gotta make it make sense. If it ain't no value in the stock, how is it value in the company? It's the same shit. That's literally public access of what your shit will look like. I'm actually gonna start making videos of this. So I do want more people that's in MLM companies to holler at me. Because like I said, if I can't find this shit in the stock market, that's already gonna be a red flag. But if it's in the stock market, you better hope it's good. Because if it ain't, you're going to have a hard time trying to convince me to buy a dying company. I've been there and done that already. So, yeah, when I see a company that's going down like that, yeah, why the fuck would I want to lose my money? Come on now, make that shit make sense. And if I could show y'all that's what you're doing represents some of these companies, I'll be happy knowing I'm saving y'all from losing your fucking money any fucking more. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of them people that's going to be like, yeah, you should leave this MLM company, come join mine. No. I'm not one of them kind of people. You could leave that MLM company and listen to the financial advice that I have for you. That's all I want. Just pay me with attention. You feel what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the links in my notifications. In my description so y'all can see my financial goodies. Share this shit with your friends. You can just pay me like that. You feel what I'm saying? But when a lot of people be asking for support, it's always financial. Like I said, I have no debt. This little bit of fucking money right here is more than 5% of the fucking population. I'm already heading my way to be in that top 1%. People in debt is already behind me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I want people to be. Debt free and working towards just being that debt free and having $5 in your pocket. So you can be in the top 25%, or not top 25%, but you could be better than 25% of the population. That's it. Because anything less means you gotta have fucking debt and low amount of debt to be in the top whatever. So let's say like the top 20. You gotta have debt. And it gotta be so goddamn low. Who wants to be like that? Say, yeah, I'm in the top 20 in the world. Or not the top 20. But 20% of the population is in debt. You can't tell me it ain't. If no debt and $5 is better than 25% of the world, yeah, that means 20% is in debt. Easy. negative money, acting like they get money, but they really fucking don't. Bruh, 25% is 2 billion, so that's a little bit under 2 fucking billion people talking crazy. And I can just imagine how they talking online. But yeah, we gotta stop that shit, man. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. And I know I ain't the first one to say this shit. I'm probably not gonna be the last one to say this shit. But I wanna be the one that when y'all think of this kind of shit, you think of me. You feel what I'm saying? Think of, oh yeah, Zeus tried to tell us, tried to tell us and all that. Yeah, yeah, I want that. Cause like I'm trying to tell you, like if you want to be in the MLM, just fucking buy the stock. You want to lose your money like that, buy buy the stock. Cause that's what you're doing. And the fact that I guarantee it's probably cheaper to be an owner of these companies than it is to actually pay to work for these companies. Make it make sense. Like I used to tell this shit to Uber drivers. Like you do know you can make money buying the share, right? And they'll just be like, "Oh, I'm not into that." So you into working for a company, but you don't want to be a real owner of the company, like you claim to be. Oh, I'm my own boss already. I do all this. You are an employee. You are self-employed. I'm trying to tell you how to be a business owner, and you don't want that for whatever reason that may be. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't understand. There's 4 ways to get money. You're either employed, self-employed, an investor, or a business owner. Stop, stop, stop thinking because you're self-employed, you a business owner. Especially with a business you didn't even start. And I mean start from the ground up. The name, the products, the pricings, the logo designs, the marketing into all that shit. If you ain't doing none of that bullshit from the rip, you're just an employee that somebody else brought you same class as fucking McDonald's. You're not even in the same class as a McDonald's worker because at least they getting paid every 2 weeks for the work they actually do. You're not guaranteed to make any money. You're not. And then they're gonna hit you with that, oh, you should have worked harder. How hard do I gotta work to make a sale? It shouldn't be that fucking hard. Especially when we are networking 9 out of 10 across whatever continent we're in. What part of the continent we're in. You know what I mean? Like if we're in Europe, we partner around Europe. If we're in fucking Australia, we're doing it in Australia. If you have the whole goddamn, like I said, continent or whatever on your side, how is it so hard to make money? I'm just saying shit that other people should have been saying to y'all. You know what I mean? Because none of that shit makes sense to me. So I don't know how the fuck that's making sense to y'all. I meet people that talk about, yeah, it took me. Now, granted, it is a little hard because to get a sale. But if you are struggling to get a $5, $10, $15, $20 sale, how fucking, you know how hard it's going to be to get a 100, 200, 500,000 plus dollar sale? They always talk about, oh, it's the same work. Yeah, it's the same work. But now I got a bigger target on my head. Now I gotta find somebody with 1,000 plus fucking dollars to spend money with me instead of 10 fucking dollars to spend money with me. And the only way that's good money is if you are reliably able to make sales each fucking month. If you can't do that shit, it's not worth it. It's not. I don't care how big of the ticket it is. If you can't make reliable sales each month, you shouldn't work for a high ticket company. You're wasting your money trying to get some damn money that you can just buy a goddamn stock if it's available. If it's available. If it's available. But like I said, I want to, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can get more MLM uh, workers to talk to, you know what I mean? So I could see actually how many MLM companies you can actually buy in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? Because that sounds like an interesting topic to me. And and like I said, I know the people that work for these MLMs don't even do this shit because none of these niggas own stocks. None of them. So this might be a way to open your eyes on the bullshit that they be feeding y'all for decades. Cause yeah, it's getting wild. But I'm getting messages, so I feel as though I think I said enough for the day. Like I said, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can be updated when I make videos and shit. Hit the links in the description so you can see my financial goodies. Share this video because, like I said, more of this content is going to be coming up. So I got y'all. But I'll holler at y'all.